Hello Aquarius, this is going to be your general tarot reading for July 2021. I apologize for these coming out so late this month. I got bombed with a whole bunch of crazy stuff all at once starting about 2 weeks ago. Things I was not expecting. Oh, wrong deck. But here I am now. Hopefully you're still with me. And this reading is going to be for you if you are an Aquarius rising, sun, moon, or Venus. And as always, I must emphasize that this reading may or may not resonate for you. There might be certain parts of it that resonate with you strongly, other parts that do not, or it may just not resonate at all. If for some reason it does not this month, you may want to check out your other signs, placements, readings and see if any of those apply for you more or resonate with you more. So don't try to make it fit if it doesn't. And lately I've been getting some like really upset people that seem to think that the reading is specifically just for them and they want to correct me in things that I've said, but I must emphasize that these readings are geared to a collective. And so if this reading does trigger somebody, that doesn't mean that it's geared towards you. It must be something internal where the reading triggers people somehow into thinking that I'm somehow attacking them or criticizing them. I had to erase a comment yesterday that was way over the top. It was like 6 pages long and was very upset. So I had to erase it. Keep in mind, these aren't personal. So, although if anyone was going to understand that, it would be Aquarians. You guys are pretty objective. So, this month I'm going to be using the Spiral Tarot for your main cards, and I'm going to be using the Arthur Rackham Oracle cards for your clarifiers. And we'll just see what comes out for you. If you would like to skip through this part and just go straight to the beginning of the reading, there is a timestamp down below in the description box for you that you can click on, and it will take you straight to the beginning of the reading, unless you feel like hanging out with me here. So let's see what's going on for Aquarius people in July 2021. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11. Looks like I spilled tea on the table. Oh. Okay. Okay. I'm going to do I'm doing things differently now where I'm picking all of the clarifiers all at once. I feel that it saves a lot of time and it doesn't, that way the reading itself is more fluid where it doesn't get interrupted all the time. So I love the Arthur Rackham Oracle cards just because they're so diverse with the words that they use and the concepts that are in them. It really does add a totally different flavor to a reading to use these for sure. Nice. Oh wow, look at that. Ah, there it is again. This card has come out. These two cards have come out with every single reading for July so far. Okay. All right. I'm sorry, I have to yawn really quick. Oh, sorry about that, you guys. All right. Your central energy for July 2021 is the Ten of Swords in with stability, sure-footedness. Sure-footedness. So, possibly there's something ending right now. This could be the ending of some kind of stability that you have counted on for a while now. But it seems as though you're handling it very well, actually. It looks like you're doing your best to continue to stay stable, even if your external reality is not stable right now or is changing right now. You might have stuck with something for a long time, only to realize that you really have outgrown it or it no longer is good for you. And I'm also seeing something in this reading about having to deal with gossip, possibly among people that you work with or among friends or in a community or in a family. You may have had to deal with some kind of situation where you feel you have been backstabbed or you didn't see an ending coming. Or something takes you by surprise that is upsetting you with what you consider your stability. But it seems as though you're handling it extremely well, you guys. Cats land on their feet when they fall. Cats can jump up to high places. They can balance on fences. They can do things that a lot of creatures can't do. And cats know how to provide for themselves, or at least they can try. It looks like you are being extremely flexible right now with how you communicate, how you're seeing things, how you're handling things. You're trying to maintain balance no matter what, and sure-footedness in what you're doing, even in very uncertain circumstances. If you are dealing with some kind of slander or gossip, which we'll get to later on in the reading, it looks like you're handling it very well, where you're remaining calm, you're trying to focus on stability, on not losing your composure in handling things, maneuvering around things. And also, cats are very confident. They don't, they know how to take care of themselves, and they're not they're not like dogs in the way that they need attention all the time, or they need you to pet them all the time or play with them all the time. They can kind of take care of themselves in a certain way. They can entertain themselves. They have other things to do, like hunting for mice or go and exploring. They have a little bit more freedom than dogs have. So it looks like you know what you're capable of, and you're kind of possibly even walking away from a situation to pursue what actually matters to you, or to pursue other things right now. So, also, I mean, since it's a cat, this could be cattiness that you're having to deal with. But so your challenge is temperance, and with sang-froid, confronting the demons. It looks like it's hard for you right now to remain calm, positive, and to blend in a complicated, what seems like a complicated situation, possibly involving other people. Maybe not necessarily even one other person, but a group of some kind. You're doing your best with trying to remain calm, positive, blending your reactions to things, not letting yourself get out of control or swing to extremes in dealing with other people's demons, or I am seeing something in here about how you are tempted to just kind of walk away from a situation, but since this is confronting the demons, maybe you've had a hard time confronting these problems or these things going on because you don't want drama and you want things to remain calm, at least for you. And so you may have been having a hard time confronting these things because there are so many different opinions in this, or there's so many different voices in this matter. It's hard to remain balanced or calm or not let it get to you. And when you do choose to confront certain situations, or if you have to confront certain situations, you may be a little bit nervous about handling it in the right way, or not allowing other people's opinions to sway you in your own perception of how things are unfolding right now. Do I need to pick more on that? Maybe a little bit more. Oh, let me pick it from this. What does this exactly have to deal with confronting these demons? With friendships, groups of people, companions, community stuff, meetings, any kind of group things that you are involved in. It looks as though there's been a lot of drama possibly in people acting in ways that you're wondering whether you should even confront this or whether you should walk away and pursue other friendships here. But you may want to just kind of settle things before you walk away so other people know where you're coming from on it. But if it's upsetting your peace too much, you may need to walk away temporarily and then confront these things later on when you feel up to it. Some of you or one of you may even feel drawn to defend a friend against other people, or to defend yourself even in some kind of a situation where you feel you have been treated unfairly. It seems like there's been a lot of mouths flapping between these two. Seems like there's been a lot of mouths flapping, a lot of opinions, a lot of differing things. And your challenge this month is, should you confront it right now? Should you wait to confront it until later when things have settled? Or do you try to reason with people and bring some calm to this situation? Is it worth it? Would they listen? Yeah. So, what is helping you is the Queen of Cups. And it seems like the Queen of Cups is handling this situation. There is gossip, words to the unwise. There's the gossip right there. Words to the unwise, gossip. And then you have quackery, professional incompetence. Maybe this is something going on at work or with what you do for a living, or possibly even dealing with supposed experts that really may not be experts the way that they're showing themselves to be. If you do have to go to some kind of, this seems very personal. I don't know if your own personal business has been outed in a community without your knowledge and you have recently become aware of it. Maybe confidentiality was breached. I don't know if you were going to a counselor or a doctor or somebody who was supposed to hold your information to themselves, and instead you hear about it through the grapevine. Maybe you live in a small community or a small town like I do and everyone knows each other, or somehow you feel as though your personal privacy has been breached with people flapping their mouths, personal information you might have told to somebody in confidence or in confided in someone. The person went behind your back and just announced all of your private stuff. If this is a counselor that you've been dealing with, it looks as though they are extremely professionally incompetent, because nobody who is a true professional would ever breach something like confidentiality rules. Or this could even have something to do with pregnancy or fertility. What is helping you here is the Queen of Cups. So what is helping you is to trust your own intuition, trust your own instincts, to pay attention to how you actually feel about a matter. You may need to act as a possible mediator in a situation that has gotten way out of control with mouths flapping here. Or it may be saying that what's helping you is emotional self-care. Maybe walk away from these things, take care of yourself, nurture yourself, heal, honor your emotions. Maybe also what's helping you is to go to someone that you actually truly trust, who is, if you told the Queen of Cups something that was very private, she would never repeat what you said to anybody unless she had your permission or if you asked her to. And so you may be realizing that certain people that you thought were your friends or that you could rely on or count on with possibly your secrets or your private life or your vulnerable emotions have turned out not to be what you thought they were, and instead what is helping you is to focus on the genuine people. Excuse me, I drank a bunch of tea before I started this, and I've noticed whenever I drink or eat before a reading, all this talking makes me burp. I apologize. Yeah, focus on the people that you truly trust and that you truly feel comfortable with. Don't pay attention to the gossip or the quackery or the craziness going on right now. It looks as though you're feeling kind of vulnerable right now, and you really need to focus on your own stability and sure-footedness and in remaining calm in a situation. So what might be helping you is to step away from this mess and just take care of yourself and focus on your own emotions, or on focusing on the friends that you truly trust or the family members that you truly trust about something. Okay, Raven, that's enough. I'm going to have to move the cat. I'll be right back. Okay, here I am. Removed the cat. He's a sweet little kitty, but he tends to knock all the cards onto the ground. There are a lot of people in this reading. You have 2 kings, 2 queens, a knight. It looks like you're dealing with something that involves a lot of people. And you're trying to maintain balance, stability, and calm in this whole thing, and not to allow it get to you emotionally especially when it concerns you personally. I don't know if maybe somebody watching, you've had something go on with a profession or with work where somebody has made a mistake in their profession with professional incompetence, and with gossip, the actual facts of the situation might be getting completely out of hand, where a lot of the gossip going around or the information going around is not even correct. You might be trying to preserve damage control or to stay calm in a situation that doesn't seem that calm. This could be with a group of friends, it could be with your community, could be with your profession for sure. If you have a boss who has completely slipped up and done something wrong with their profession, that could put the actual job at risk, where something has been done in an incompetent way and it may be indirectly affecting you because you work for this business or for this person, or somehow you're potentially afraid that your own reputation is going to be ruined because of somebody else's mistake. Or if this is a fertility issue or a pregnancy thing, be very careful about any doctors, any experts, any professionals that you go to. Make sure that they have an extremely good reputation, that they've been doing what they've been doing for a long time, and that they have a good record, or a good, good references. It looks like you're feeling that something is unstable here, and you're trying to reach stability for yourself, even if stability can't be reached with other people. It could be that gossip is going around about your own profession or what you do, and there might be some misinformation out there where people aren't understanding where you're coming from, but that's a minor message in here. Or this could be something to do with your mom. But either way, what's helping you is to honor your own emotions, take care of yourself, and if something becomes emotionally too overwhelming for you, to take care of yourself and walk away from the situation and really focus on healing. And focus on the people that you actually feel comfortable with and that you know you can trust. So, down at your root and your instincts, or at the root of the matter, there is the Queen of Pentacles. Here's another queen. There is wonder, shadow of the past, and creative power, sowing the stars. You might be learning from past mistakes, or past mistakes that were out of your hands and had nothing to do with you are making you wiser with how you handle your own affairs. Maybe because you've seen certain things go down with other people's businesses or reputations, or someone may have done you wrong in the past, which is why you still wonder about it, on why they did the things that they did, or why they chose to do the things that they did. But it looks as though it's like you're wondering about your purpose, or if you've been doing the same thing for a long time in order to make money, or in order to provide security for yourself. It seems as though you are no longer satisfied by what you have been doing anymore. Or you wonder if you made the right choice or not in the past with doing what you have done. It looks like you want to go more in a much more creative direction than you have been. And if only you could be in charge of certain things. I feel like certain things here have been mishandled because those duties or whatever they were given to the wrong people. If you yourself had been trusted with your own talent or what you are capable with, this could have been avoided. And this also makes you wonder, what would have happened if that person hadn't been in charge, or what would have happened if you had been able to do what you wanted to do, But either way, it looks like you are ready to be creative. You're ready to create stability. You're focused on money, stability, but also mixed in with creative power and possibly doing things in a different way or with a different method, or perhaps thinking about doing something completely different from what you have been doing, or deciding to be brave and do the things that you have always wanted to do, but you were afraid to do so in the past. This could also be a helper or a person in your life that can give you some much needed advice, solid advice on how you can further along your own creative pursuits in the future, starting from here on out. Maybe you let other people have more say or more power in a situation than you should have. Maybe you possibly picked the wrong people, or you really just want to surround yourself with people that are sane, grounded, practical, stable, where you can actually bounce ideas off of them in a good way without it getting completely out of control. You may want to consult with someone, where you go to a consultant or an expert in something who can give you some creative ideas on how to move on from here. You're sowing seeds, or you're sowing stars for the future of what you would like to build or manifest or create in your life to create stability. I want to know more about this shadow of the past, but actually, you know what? I just looked over here and saw the answer. So, in the recent past, there is the King of Wands. This is a Leo card. By the way, this is a Cancer card or a water sign. This is a Capricorn card or an earth sign. This is a Leo card or a fire sign. With Ahriman, I really hope I'm pronouncing that right, the darker self-ascendant. I actually had to look this up last night because this card came up yesterday, I believe for Leo, or maybe it was Libra. And I couldn't figure it out. I mean, I get the words, the darker self-ascendant, somewhat, but I looked it up and it turns out it's from Persian folklore or Persian legends, where Ahriman is like the arch nemesis or evil spirit that is the enemy of somebody else who I guess is a hero. And so I'm seeing here that perhaps you have let certain things slide in the past in order to maintain peace or stability. But you have recently realized that by doing that, something that was negative was able to snowball or was able to kind of take control. I'm getting a sense in here from this reading that you are very reasonable. You try to see the good in everyone, or you try to see what could be learned in any situation, but something here has gotten so out of control that you need to address it. Or you need to build up the strength and the courage to face something head on and just deal with it. Or you have felt this way. And also darker sides of your own self. It is the darker self-ascendant. You're realizing what you want to be, or how you want to be courageous, you want to be strong, you want to meet things head on, you want to address issues when they come up, you want to conduct yourself in the proper manner where you are solid, strong, aware of your boundaries and able to enforce them if you need to, but you stay calm and creative. But something may have been meddling with you, and some of you may even have had kind of like a free floating feeling as though you're somehow being psychically attacked, or that someone has ill will towards you, but you can't figure out where it's coming from. And so I see a lot of confidence rising up in you and a lot of power rising up that can enable you to actually meet these things head on and face them and deal with them, possibly transmute them or integrate them in with your own being, instead of being so split, the light and the dark, You know, the proper self-ascendant or in control self-ascendant and the out of control self-ascendant. And how can you integrate these and be a whole person that acknowledges all of you? Or you're also struggling or trying, you have been trying your best to see all sides of people or all sides of a situation rather than demonizing anyone, but it's hard at times. This could also be a person that you've been having to deal with who you thought was a really strong, amazing person, but perhaps you have become aware that they have some darker sides to their nature that you weren't aware of before. And they may have made some choices or done some things that shocked you in a way you weren't expecting them to show those kinds of behaviors. This might be the reason on why something has ended and why it's time to move on, balance yourself, and be sure-footed in pursuing stability and balance. I feel as though you've been really hurt over something and you're trying your best to remain composed. Okay, so your best possible outcome is the King of Cups in with Afflatus, your divine calling. Maybe for someone watching, your divine calling is to be a counselor or to be someone who deals with other people's intense emotions, or that holds. The King of Cups would never repeat anything told to him or confided in him. He would never do that. He does not easily open up his mouth about his own secrets, never mind other people's secrets. He is a master of his emotions. There's a lot of emotions going on underneath the surface with the King of Cups, but he behaves in a composed manner, and he is not afraid to face the darker sides of people or situations. He's able to see all of it and to remain composed and make proper choices on possibly protecting himself or protecting loved ones or protecting patients. Something about this process may actually accidentally promote you. If there has been professional incompetence or quackery involved in here, maybe it's given you a much needed boost in your own self-assurance that actually you are capable of a lot more than supposed experts that are around you that don't know as much as you do or don't understand things as much as you do. Maybe this has made you a little bit more confident with your abilities to pursue your divine calling. Maybe something about all of this situation has made you realize that you want to be that person who can be trusted with information or trusted with other people, to hold other people's trust in you in consideration. This could also be a person in your life that you can talk to about these things, where you can get how you're feeling off of your chest. If for some reason there's some Aquarians watching where you're single and you have a lot of prospects or choices as far as partners go, this person seems like the best for you at this time, rather than this King of Wands who has shown possibly some darker sides of their nature that have made you realize that they have possibly even crushed your perceptions of them. This person is trustworthy, or this person is all about encouraging you to go towards your divine calling, whatever that might be. A divine calling does not have to be a profession, you guys. It can be anything. It does not have to be a profession or a job or even a way of making money. Your divine calling can be many, many things. It seems like you're taking the reins into your own hands on handling a situation properly. And because of this, you may actually have some opportunities headed your way because people have recognized how you have handled something so well. But in any case, your best possible outcome is to maintain control over how you emotionally react to situations. It's important to emotionally take care of yourself, take it easy if you need to, but if you do have to address certain things, to stay calm, which can be a challenge this month. But it looks like you're figuring it out. Oh, this cat, man. All right, I'm going to go retrieve my cards. I'll be right back. Okay, here I am again. I guess my kitty wanted to show up even more for you guys because of this card. So, if you're dealing with a whole bunch of people here, it looks like certain people need to be weeded out, and other people you need to nurture your connection with them, whether it's a professional connection, a personal connection, a romantic connection. This seems like a really good friend that you can talk to, and also it's an aspect of yourself. This seems like a really good ally for you to have. This fire sign you might need to stay away from, and you may have realized that this has become toxic. Or someone has been attempting, this could even be a boss or a foreman, and that someone has been attempting to control situations or be overly demanding of situations way too much, where they are not taking other people's needs into consideration or your needs. But this person, this Scorpio or water sign, looks like a very good ally to have at this time. Very protective too. So where did okay, this was down here. So in the future, it looks like you're ready for following your divine calling, or following what you are drawn to do at this time. It's very important for you to keep your dreams alive and to pursue your dreams and what actually would fulfill you emotionally in pursuing in your life at this time, whether it's romance, doing what you love for money, or simply going on a trip or a vacation or having an adventure of sorts. It looks as though it's very important for you in the future to follow your own heart and follow your own nature, and to not give up on dreams or hopes or wishes that you have had. And it seems to me as though you are a very sensitive, compassionate, empathic sort of a person that really takes other people's feelings into consideration. And when people are not getting along or when there's drama, it actually upsets you. Instead of being in the middle of all of this, you may just need to get away for a little bit and go do something that replenishes your soul. For everyone, this is completely different. For some people, this is going out shopping. For some people, this is going to the hot springs or going to the ocean. This could be going on a trip. This could be holing up in your house and painting. This could be so many different things. But it's very important for you to honor your own feelings, to embrace genuine people in your life that you can be yourself with. Stay away from people that would crush your heart or crush your hopes. With it, you have nurturing and nurtured and nurturing. Could it be that somebody watching, either you or someone that you care about, has had to deal with some kind of horrible conflict because of somebody's somebody not doing their job correctly? And this could have something to do with pregnancy or children or babies. It's important for you to nurture yourself, to be nurturing towards others, and to attract people into your life right now that you share your heart with, that are nurturing, caring people. It might be that you're concerned for someone that may have had something awful happen to them because of some malpractice. in which case you want to be there for them. You might want to go on a trip to go be with them to help them through their grief or their process of whatever has happened. With these two is perseverance. Hang on at the edge. You will not give up on the people that you love. You will not give up on the things that matter so much to you. You will not give up on anyone that you consider is in need of nurturing. No matter how difficult things get, you are willing on hanging on to the things that truly matter to you and hang on to your dreams. If there has been some extreme difficulty, especially involving gossip or other people's opinions, or just feeling a lack of emotional support, or somebody else around you that matters a great deal to you is going through this, it looks like you're in it for the long haul, or you're in it until it is no longer possible. If it is no longer possible, but hang on at the edge. You're determined to be perseverant in a situation until all the signs are telling you that it's not possible, and then you finally will let go. But it may be that if you can just hang on a little bit longer, things may improve significantly in the near future where the worst is over of a situation. Somebody watching you may be trying to hang on to a relationship because of a child in the mix. It's important for you to have compassion for people that are making extreme mistakes right now, even if they don't deserve it, or some part of you feels as though they don't deserve that compassion. There's something going on here where there's more to this than meets the eye. And so you're trying to have your eyes wide open, or you're trying to be open to what the actual truth of a matter instead of how things appear. You're definitely realizing, because if you look at this picture, this woman is hanging on and is almost falling off of the roof, and there's even a rock that she's trying to balance herself on that's about to fall. These two women in the background are snickering. They think that it's funny that she has ended up in this position. Who knows? I don't know what fairy tale this is from. Perhaps this lady up here is a witch. Or a bad guy, or someone who has messed up. But really, their reaction to it is just as bad as the behavior that perhaps this woman has shown. Or maybe this woman is an innocent victim and other people have demonized her or tricked her. And now she is facing the reality that there is no one in this picture to actually help her. Instead, they're laughing and walking away, like they think that it's funny. You see more in these dynamics than perhaps other people are seeing, and you feel very protective of people that are being misunderstood, possibly because in the past you have been misunderstood. And so you're aware that there are multiple ways of looking at something. And you want to be a force of help rather than making things worse. You may reach out to someone who has been demonized and offer to help someone that no one else will help. Or you may write a song about it, or write a story about it, or use this analogy in the kind of work that you do. Who knows? So you right now have the Three of Pentacles and cultivation, achieving, refinement. This is excellent. This looks like you have a talent or many talents, and you've been practicing. You've been practicing, possibly going to school, possibly taking classes, possibly working towards some kind of a degree or some kind of official document that says that you know how to do something now. This might be music or dance or some kind of performance art. Doesn't have to be at all. But it looks as though you're finding your groove, or you're getting in the flow where any difficulties that you faced with learning new things or overcoming stage fright or getting comfortable with being in front of other people, it looks as though you're on your way. You have come a long way from how you started off. You are extremely talented, and it's possible for you to showcase this talent where other people can see it. Maybe you're getting feedback from other people that you're quite good at what you do, and it's making you feel more confident in your abilities. You have definitely come a long way from where you started. For instance, if you've been taking singing lessons, you have come a long way vocally from how you started off, and you have learned, you have amassed skills, you have refined, you are achieving refinement. You're not raw with this anymore. You're starting to be able to play with it and become more complex in a beautiful way with it. Cultivation of talents, cultivation of what you truly enjoy. And this reminds me of this. Whoops. This may be something very well that you can make a good living at, or make good money with, or at least have opportunities and chances to showcase your creative power. You are quite good at what you do, and becoming better and better every day, the more and more you practice. Practice makes progress. You have new friends coming in, new allies coming in, new money coming in, new opportunities coming in. Whatever is falling away that has become way too painful at this point is completely meant to fall away. And rather than getting entangled with this pain, instead it seems as though you are very willing to seek better waters, better situations, better people, a better job, better whatever it is. If this is a family situation, it may be that you are realizing you need to take a step back from family and to cultivate your own thing for now, instead of being so enmeshed in your own family and their opinions. So, in your surroundings, there has been casual cruelty and persecution. You have witnessed possibly some things going on involving other people where you may have been directly involved or directly impacted by this, or it could be behaviors that you've been witnessing in your surroundings that you really do not want to feed, or do not want to be a part of, or do not want to see anymore. But this has given you a lot of inspiration on how things could be adjusted, or how things could be understood better, on what motivates people to be so cruel, or to persecute each other, or slander each other, or gossip about each other. I feel as though for someone watching this, you may be musically or artistically talented. For someone else in this, I'm getting that perhaps you are a mental health worker, or you've been going to school to become a counselor, or you're looking at different ways of understanding these things that are outside of what is considered the norm on how to handle these situations. I feel as though you might possibly be coming up with a new method that does not exist right now. I definitely see you making an effort to see things from a broader, larger perspective, and trying to make sense out of all this pain. You definitely see how the pain comes from a much deeper source that may not directly involve all of these people really, and where it comes from. But people are demonizing each other here, or hurting each other. And it is possible that you could step in and be a mediator, or be someone who tries to bring sanity or reason to a situation, where to try to get other people to see different perspectives in this, or a larger, more objective perspective on all of this. If you feel up to it. If you don't feel up to it, if it's just too much and it's already taken enough out of you at this point in trying to deal with it, it may be time for you to heal and step away. It's one or the other. But you're in a good place. I feel like you have a great amount of understanding with all of this. It's just extremely painful for you to watch things like this go down in your surroundings. You may be realizing that you need to change your surroundings or surround yourself with something different. If for some reason there is someone watching where you are afraid of this impacting your own career, this has nothing to do with anything that you have done, and so it shouldn't impact your own reputation or your own career simply because you watched all this go down, whatever it is. You're an older soul that needs a certain amount of quiet or peace, and it looks as though you need it. You may need to go on some kind of a vacation or something. Yeah, this is I'm not an Aquarius, but this is kind of reminding me of something that happened to me the other day. I was walking down the street and there was a man, screaming at an ex-partner who was in the car with kids, and she was telling him that he had no right to chase anybody down the street and threaten them, and he was trying to interrogate her, finding out who it was in the car that he was chasing down on the street the other day. It started off with talking, then she laid down boundaries and said, "I need you to leave me alone, stay away from me," and then it escalated to him screaming at her and then her driving away. And it's like, when you're an empathic, understanding person that views things with possibly a little bit more wisdom or a little bit more objectivity, it's very painful to watch things like that go down in public, where you wish you could help, or you wish you could snap them out of it or get them to heal or get them to not act that way, but there's nothing you can really do about it unless you called up police or something. But I see that you want to elevate the energy here. You want to elevate the vibration of things. You possibly may be witnessing things that are making you feel a little bit downtrodden or disappointed or upset because you sense that certain things are getting worse with how people behave with each other. But keep in mind, this is coming up for the future, and you can't let go of your dream or your emotional innocence with certain things. You need to focus on healing. If you can't help other people that do not want to be helped, you can at least help yourself and step away from those vibrations and really, truly heal and take care of yourself. Don't give up on your dreams or your own innate innocence. And by innocence, I'm not talking about being naive or being underdeveloped. I'm just talking about your natural innocence, So you may be able to be a witness for something in a court case or in some kind of court situation on how something can be improved, where you get really honest about the things that you've witnessed with certain things. So your fears are that you will remain stuck in having regrets, or that you do have regrets over certain things that have happened, but you are afraid that you're not going to progress forward. There's the Seven of Pentacles, having to wait. Maybe you're afraid that things aren't going to grow or get better or progress from here. Maybe you're afraid that it's going to remain stagnant. You have it in with regrets, Winter of the Soul. And that kind of reminds me of this from earlier, Wonder, Shadow of the Past. Maybe you're afraid that you're going to regret waiting on something, or that you've been waiting in vain for something, or that you regret hesitating on something. But let me look at your hopes. Machination, unreliable associates. That is not a remedy. Let's get a remedy. Covetousness, opportunistic impulse. What the heck? Okay, let's pick it from here. What is a good remedy for them to focus on, or what are their hopes in the matter? The tribe. Yeah, it seems as though community or groups of friends or family is extremely important to you, and you want to see people getting along and nurturing each other. It may be that somehow you've ended up in some kind of a situation where you're realizing you are surrounded by toxic people, or that not everything going on is what you thought it was, and people have gotten really petty. You have a lot of regrets, possibly not saying anything, or just letting it slide, or hoping for the best, or thinking that perhaps it would get better. But your hopes are to find a tribe that you belong to and that you feel nurtured by and comfortable with, and where people treat each other with respect. That you can find your people or your friends or your sense of support network. Whatever it is that's been going on is definitely toxic. And maybe you have some regrets because you felt you should have acted, but you didn't, or you wished you had done something sooner, or you wished you hadn't let it slide, or you didn't turn the other cheek to it. But don't mess around with regrets. It is what it is. You're in the present now. There's nothing you can do about the past anyway. It's more important for you to seek others and situations where you feel held, protected, safe, and nurtured, and where you can do this for others as well, where people work together. So, your general outcome is Major Arcana, the Hermit, in with magnetism, charming properties, and first light at the breaking of the storm. There is much hope for you in the future, and actually I see, even though you've been in some kind of a difficult situation, it looks as though you don't really have any blame on your hands for this, or you are pretty clean in your own intentions with all of this. I'm definitely sensing that you need a break, or you need a vacation or a retreat, so you can kind of have some alone time and heal. Maybe perhaps get some clarity on these things. Look at things from a more objective standpoint. But I also see you coming clean, becoming clean with yourself on what you want, what you don't want, how you want to behave, who you want to surround yourself with, what you want to surround yourself with. You get really clear. And you are able to magnetize through your own personal charm and goodwill the things that you actually long for or want for yourself. And there is new beautiful energy about to erupt into your life. Whatever this difficult situation is that you've been in, that you're recovering from, it looks as though the worst is over, or things are about to significantly improve, or that is going to fall away, so that you can magnetize to yourself a completely different situation or a completely different reality. Don't let anyone or anything get in the way of your self-esteem, or of how you know yourself to be. If there has been petty conflict or gossip, and your name has been mentioned, you know who you are. And the people that are meant to be in your life will know who you are. You don't need to necessarily worry about your reputation or who you are being ruined because of other people's mouths. And I see things significantly improving in the future. You may want to, again, go on some kind of a vacation, or take a break of some kind, so that you can renew yourself and get your positivity back all the way. If for someone in here, if you've had a lot of choices for potential partners and you are single, it looks like the right person has been there all along. It's just you may not have noticed them. And coming up, it seems as though you have an aha moment where you realize who this person is. This magnetism card, Charming Properties, this is Cinderella before she became the beautiful princess and had the fancy dresses and all that. This is just her as Cinderella, cleaning the house, doing the chores. But just like in the fairy tale, she had a good heart. She had good intentions. She cared about people. She could have been mean or gone off or gotten violent or crazy because of how badly she was treated, but instead she always hung on to a sense of self-decorum or self-control. Because of her good heart, she didn't want to muddy up her own situation by engaging with ugly people or ugly behavior. This might be somebody who has been there all along. It's just you were considering them as being a friend, or you barely noticed them, or someone becomes evident to you. Don't judge people by appearances. Judge them through the energy, through their energy or what's in their heart, or how kindly they treat people. You may become aware of who your true friends are. Okay. I wish you all the best. Hopefully that made sense or helped somebody. And I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.